Okay guys, hello. I'm going to do this as soft spoken as I can. I'm a little bit sick, so whispering was really like hard. I literally just got done filming a video of a clothes haul. That's why they're sitting there. So this might not be ASMR-y because my voice is not ASMR-ing, you know? But this is something that I wanted to do for a long time. I just never like sat down to do it. So this is going to be a love triangle story time. So I'm gonna try to get like years of this going on into an hour. Like I really don't want to go over an hour, guys. Like no. So let me just start off. Okay, there's gonna be 4 players here in this game. So we're gonna use nail polishes to represent each guy, okay? That's what we're gonna do, because there's 4 main guys in this, okay? So I am 27, so this was when I was 20, 21, 22, and 23. 21, 22, 21, 20, 21, 22, I would say, okay? So, I definitely lived a whole life in high school, and I definitely hoed it out. Not, honestly, no. Like, compared to a lot of girls in college, I was not hoeing it out. But compared to some people, this might be really hoey, okay? It was hoey. But like, I know some girls that were like literally getting trains ran through them on a weekly basis. So, what I'm going to talk about here is just these 4 guys that I was intertwined with, okay? So first we're going to start off with my bestie X that I referred to in a lot of videos. So bestie X, what color should we do bestie X? We're going to do bestie X, the hot pink. Okay, so this is bestie X. And the reason I can't do like initials, like I was going to do initials, but literally I got DG, DC, and then the other 2 are both BS and BS, which is so funny. Like, I swear to God, that's both of their initials. They're motherfucking bullshit, period. So yeah, can't do that. So we're just gonna use nail polishes to help you follow along. Hopefully that helps a little bit. So this is bestie X. Me and bestie X met when I was a freshman at college, okay? Wesley College. And me and him had a very toxic relationship back then. And if you know my channel, you know that we reconnected the past like 2 years. Not anymore. Like, not anymore. I have not seen him in like a year now. But we still like we're cool. But so I've known him for what, bro, I was technically 17 when I met him. No, 18. Damn. So I've known him for 9 years. The other one I have on Facebook. The other one I have on Snapchat. And the other one I have on Twitter. And that's literally, like, I literally have them all on separate apps. Like, I don't have any of them on the same app. Weird vibes. And then my ex, I don't have him on anything. My bestie ex, I don't have him on anything. We were on Snap for a long time, but I blocked him like a month ago or 2 months ago or something. That's kind of funny, honestly. But okay, so bestie. Okay, so yeah, me and my bestie ex, we met freshman in college, blah blah blah. So my bestie ex was really, really good at football, okay? Really, mind you, these are all football players, okay? All of them. So my bestie ex, he was really, really good at football. and he was going to a JUCO school in New York, and he, like, in the summertime, and he just couldn't do it. He, to this day, like, regrets that. Like, it's, like, the biggest regret of his life. But he just, I don't know, he emotionally just couldn't do it. I don't know. So then he came to my school, which was a very small school in Delaware, Wesley College. My college closed last year. Like, what? Who the fuck does that? The shit was open since the 1800s, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm exaggerating. But I know it's been open for a long time, so that was really, really sad for that to, like, close. And my stomach just growled so loud. But, okay. So, yeah, so that's that. So he transferred to my school in the very beginning of the year. So he left the JUCO and came here. But when he got here, he was being an emotional little bitch again. And he was, like, embarrassed to play for a D3 school. Because, yes, it's a D3 school. And if you know anything about colleges in America, I don't know if it's everywhere, but you got D1, D2, D3. So all the big main schools, like University of Oregon, fucking Boise State, fucking... Bro, there's so many, and how am I, like, freezing right now? Anyway, you know what I mean. So he was, like, embarrassed. Like, he started, like, training with the team, but, like, he didn't want to be there. The coach really, really tried to get him to play, but he just didn't want to play. So, basically, all the players on the team, like, really didn't fuck with him. They really didn't fuck with him because they basically felt like he was acting like he was he was better than them. But really, he was just young, and he did feel like his talent was better than the level that the college was at, whatever. But we had one of the best football programs in the conference, in the state, whatever. Like, Wesley was known for football, period. Someone has gone to the NFL from Wesley, and then my quarterback that I watched all 4 years, he didn't go far in the NFL, but he did play some preseason games when he was signed to the Packers. And then this guy, he played for the Falcons. Then he got hurt, so right now he's signed to the Giants. He tried to fuck me so many times, bro. He was literally obsessed. He was literally weird, okay? So if he ever sees this, I'm so sorry. But he was so, and it's so crazy because he went to my school. He was always trying to fuck me. But he was so fucking weird. And he was talking to the girl that my bestie ex started, like, dating after me. He was, like, talking to her. Okay? It's a whole lot of it. So let me skirt rewind before y'all get confused. So anyway, my whole point of saying this is that, like, the players already didn't, like, fuck with him like that, okay? My ex is 6'7". He's fucking huge, bro. He's fucking huge. Fucking huge O-lineman, whatever. So that first year, he just refused to play football, and that is, like, his passion. Refused to play football. The coach, like, literally begged him, bro. And he just, So he threw shot put, whatever, mad chill, whatever. So that next school year, he transferred to Rowan University, which is in South Jersey, New Jersey, which is another state. If you don't know, it's another state in America. I would say it's like an hour and a half away from Wesley, but I wanted to transfer also just for, like, a new start. Me and him had, like, a really toxic relationship, like I said, and I transferred to a whole different, I thought I was going to transfer to his same school, but I was like, okay, that's, like, too much. So I transferred to a school that's, like, 3 hours away in North Jersey. Not the boy calling me right now. And not me swearing I had my phone on do not disturb. Me and him are like going at it right now. The guy that I'm talking to, this is outside of the story time. The guy that I'm talking to is calling me right now. Damn, bruh. He's gonna have to wait. Honestly, I might not talk to him till the morning. Scare him a little bit because you were unacceptable tonight. So, where the fuck was I? I'm just trying to give you guys a background of everything so that like the story makes sense. Okay? Deny. Bye bye. Okay, my phone is in do not disturb, so how the fuck? I'm so confused. It was in do not disturb, so I don't know why that showed up. But so yeah, I went to Bloomfield College, another small private college in North Jersey. So, but I was basically living at his school, Rowan University. Like, I was always fucking there, bro. He visited mine a few times, but he didn't have a car at the time. Only I did. A couple times he took the train to come see me, but he also had football. So, like, yeah, I basically fucking lived at that school. Yeah, so that's that. I'm literally terrible at telling stories. I feel like this motherfucker just called me just to say that he tried to call me. Like, you're about to piss me the fuck off. Like, you should be blowing up my phone right now, like you usually do. It's giving sus. See, the toxic Samantha is coming out with this guy, and that's why I have to cut it off, because it's so childish. It's not like really bad, guys. Honest to God, it's not like really bad, but I could see it getting there one day, so gotta cut it off. Okay, back to the story. So, and I'm sorry if my gum chewing is annoying. I honestly forgot that I was even chewing gum. And this is not even soft spoken. This is like damn near regular. So, okay, so after that school year, like when we both transferred, blah, blah, so his team, Rowan University, always plays Wesley. They're in different states, but like they're in like the same conference thing. So, yeah. So he's basically playing on a rival team. And whatever. So the following year, I transferred back to Wesley because me and him broke up that summer, okay? We had a lot of significant events happen, okay? So, the beginning of summer, we broke up, and I was like, fuck this shit, I'm transferring back to Wesley. So, I transferred back to Wesley, and mind you, me and him were always in contact still. I was still always seeing him, okay? So that year when I transferred back, I was basically like trying to be on my hoe shit, okay? Trying to be on my hoe shit. This I don't give a fuck attitude. But mind you, I still wanted to be with my ex. I was still always calling my ex. I was still driving to see him at his school, okay? So this whole time, little bestie ex, well, big bestie ex, you know, always seen him. Literally fucking was in love with him. Okay? Fucking in love with him, whatever. So, let's just get into it, because I will really sit here and talk for 2 fucking hours. So, okay, basically, the one boy, like I said, they all play football. So, these 3, they all play on the same football team at Wesley, okay? And then this guy, you know, my bestie ex, went to a different school. So, Okay, so the first day, okay, so one of the boys, okay, we're gonna do the two S's to represent the boys that started on the team. And then we're gonna put this guy as he played on the special teams. And special teams is like, fuck, how do I explain that in football? Like during kickoff, like when you're kicking off to the other team. And I think during field goals, I don't fucking know. I don't know, they call it special teams in college. I don't know if they always call it that, but so yeah. But these two starting players, okay, along with my bestie ex, like these ones are like stars of the show, okay? And then we got this one, special teams. But these three are all in the same team. So this little guy, when me and my bestie ex, when we dated freshman year, we broke up for like 2 fucking weeks. And this guy like slid into my DMs. And like and I was like flirting with him heavy. He really, really liked me. And like when me and my bestie ex got back together 2 weeks later, he DM'd him and was like, bro, like back the fuck off. Like me and Samantha are like back together. Me and Sam are back together. So yeah, like they already didn't like each other or whatever. So yeah, freshman year we dated, broke up for 2 weeks. That's when this one slid into my DMs. Like we already had like we connected. We never hung out or anything. It was all strictly on the telephone. Like we passed by each other at school, obviously, but like no. So then, like I said, we got back together after 2 weeks of breakup. Then that whole summer we dated. That whole next year we both transferred schools. And then that next summer, that's when we had a lot of toxic shit going on, broke up. And then that's when I transferred back to Wesley. And he was at Rowan, okay? So the first day of classes, I had class with him. And he already was like trying, bro. He was already trying, like hitting me up, blah, blah, blah. Because he knew I was single. Okay? So there's that. And then, which one should I do? We're gonna do whites. Because this guy right here, to this fucking day, at 27 years old, this guy is the best sex that I've ever fucking had in my fucking life, bro. Hands down, motherfucking period. Shit. Number 1. Literally number 1. Oh, mind you, all 3 of these guys, they all have a kid right now. But my bestie ex doesn't. Okay, so yeah, number 1 sex on period. So literally the first day of fucking class, mind you, I was looking good as fuck. In college, I was looking good as fuck. Like the first year I started, I was chunky. Then I lost a shit ton of weight naturally. Okay, I lost 90 pounds naturally. So when I came back, like, bitch, it was on like Donkey Kong, okay? So we were in the same class and he sat next to me. No, I sat next to him. I was like, bitch, I'm in this bitch. I sat next to him. And then every day after that, we sat next to each other because, you know, in college you have like assigned seats. Like, I don't know, wherever you sit on the first day is usually like where you always end up sitting. So me and him always sat next to each other, and he was dumb as a bag of bricks. So literally for I think 2 or 3 years, every time we had the same psychology class, I always let him copy off of my tests, always, because psychology is my major and I excelled in that when I tried. So yeah, that's that. But literally on the first day, like, okay, the first week we were already at it, bro. Like, we already decided to hang out. And I was the one, like, that pursued him at first. And I knew that his football position goes up against my bestie ex. Like, they go up against each other. Because he plays defense, he plays offense. So I knew that when that game time was coming, that they would be up against each other. So, like, literally their positions, like, physically, they would most likely be up against each other. So yeah, so I remember I was such a bitch, bro. Like, I was so angry at my bestie ex because I was so salty that he didn't want to be with me anymore. So I was like, yeah, like, he has a really bad knee. Like, I'm just letting you know for the football game. Aim for the knee. Don't care, period. Hashtag petty. But, like, that first week, I'm pretty sure we had sex that first week. And I just remember I went to his, he had, like, an off-campus house. And he was, like, playing guitar and shit. And I'm just like, bro, he never pulled that guitar out ever again. Like, I'm screaming. We said that we were gonna be studying. The whole classic fucking studying. Yeah, ain't no studying happen. Yeah, so after that, me and him, not to fast forward, but nothing really happened with him specifically, so I can kind of just give the details. Me and him, this was my constant steady fuck buddy for 3 years. Like I said, best sex of my life. So period. And we always kept it on the DL. I always wanted to keep it on the DL. I did it though to get back at my bestie ex. And me and my bestie ex, we had a chance to get back together. Like, we were still seeing each other, blah, blah. And I finally, like, came out and I was like, when we were arguing, I was like, yeah, I fucked. I told him, I was like, I fucked him. And that was when he was like, fuck no. Like, you just ruined everything that could have even been possible to be together. So, ladies, girls, fucking someone else that you know that your boyfriend wouldn't be happy that you fucked is not gonna attract them. I was very young-minded. Like, it's gonna do the opposite, okay? It's giving very much turn off. So yeah, so I remember I told him that one weekend that I went to visit him at Rowan. That was bad. That was bad. So after that, me and my bestie ex, we kind of like, we were still seeing each other. Super toxic. But he knew and I knew that we were not, like, gonna get back together. So yeah, so me and him, we fucked for, no, I want to say, was it 3 years? Yeah, 3 years steady, bro. And it was always on the fucking DL. And somehow it always worked. Like, somehow it always worked. Nobody knew. And our school campus was so small. So, like, if someone was fucking someone, majority of the time, everyone knew. But then again, it was so disgusting and shady that, like, when it would come to light, certain people fucking, it would be like, what? Like, how do people get away with this shit on this small ass campus? Like, it would be so mind-blowing when you would find out who was fucking who eventually. It was just like, I'm shook. I obviously told a couple of my close friends. Oh, but one of my close friends, she fucked him the year before, okay? And I decided to fuck him anyway. Because at the time, me and her weren't like besties, but we became besties. But I knew that she had fucked him. And they would always be like, Samantha, who are you going to fuck? Like, I would always say that I'm like going to fuck someone that like lives in the area. I was always lying, but really it was him. And yeah, and he was definitely a man hoe, but, and we never used the condom, bro. And I never got anything from him because we always, like, I don't know, like, since we established it so early and we both established, like, you know, this ain't, we never really had that conversation, but we both knew what it was. Like, this is strictly sex, no strings attached. And never did I have feelings for him. Never did I feel jealous if I knew that he was fucking someone else. I didn't care. I didn't want to know. As long as you're being safe and you're being clean. But again, I was being super naive when I was fucking him. But like I said, we were both just like, that was the down low steady fuck buddy for 3 years. So like, yeah, we always did it unprotected. Always pull out game, period. But so this is so much detail. And mind you, I was fucking my ex unprotected steadily. Duh. So that was pretty selfish of me because I could have got something and then gave it to him, gave it to my bestie ex, and I would have felt really bad. But like me and him, we did have, I think, maybe one conversation really briefly, and I was like, you know, don't do unprotected me if you're doing unprotected in other people. Like, so I don't know, to this day I'll never know if he did it unprotected with other people, and I don't care because I never got anything, honest to God. So I'm assuming that he didn't do it much unprotected with other people, but we both knew what it was. And I was not sleeping around. Okay, I was, but I wasn't. I can't even explain this, but I wasn't like, everyone thought I was a hoe, but I wasn't doing the hoe shit that they thought I was doing, which is where these two come into play. But yeah, best dick of my fucking life, bro. Like, oh my God, I remember I recorded myself one day after I said it was the best day of sex of my life. Like, yes, he was the best dick of my life, but there was this one time, bro, it was the best sex of my life. And afterwards, I literally looked like I fucking bro, I looked like unrecognizable, okay? Unrecognizable. Because I think we did like 3 rounds or something, and I looked a fucking hot mess. My hair was like out the ear, makeup everywhere. My pants were ripped, my favorite pants. I was genuinely really pissed off that he ripped my pants because I really love those pants. They made my butt look good. And he like purposely fucking ripped them. Like, he saw a little tiny hole and he just ripped that shit, like trying to be like sexy. But it's like, bro, like, I literally walked back. I literally drove back to campus, even though his house was literally right across the street. I literally drove back and I walked into my dorm building, like, trying to hold my bag behind because my whole butt cheek was out, the whole thing. I still have pictures of it to this day because I thought it was so funny, but I was really mad. But I'll just never forget that. But yeah, it was the best sex of my life because I remember I took a snap of me to send to my friends and I was like, mark this date, best sex of my life, on period, bro. I just remember I felt like I've fucking done participated in the Olympics, bro. It felt like I did a whole Olympic event. He broke his bed. His bed literally broke. Like, at one point we were like half off the bed, half on. The bed fucking broke. It was just a lot. And then one time in my dorm, that was a really good time too. All the times were good, but this time, oh my god. I don't know, and I know that he really trusted me and fucked with me because I think because of the fact that I was not like in his business, because I didn't care and he didn't care what I was doing. Like, we both didn't care, genuinely did not, because we knew that like whenever one of us wants to do it, we can do it with each other, period. And I remember one person kind of found out, because, and he was another football player that I had sex with on that team, but it was like a one-time thing, me and him, like the whole next year, I don't know. But he kind of found out because I had a dorm in the summertime, and he asked me to like keep his stuff in my dorm and in my car, like his football helmet, his fucking laptop, all this stuff. And I wanted to get out of my car, so I put it like in my dorm. And then the other guy on the football team, he's so irrelevant, it was a one-time thing. He like came in the room and he was like, why do you have his stuff? Like, and the coach has been asking him like, where's his helmet and shit. And he was trying to take the fucking helmet. I'm like, no, don't touch his shit. What the fuck, bro? The fuck you think this is? So yeah, he kind of found out, or like assumed. Like, some people assumed, but like it was super down low. Super down low. I don't know how we got away with it for so long. Like, only certain people knew. So, which I really respected from him, because he could have easily told like the whole football team, but he didn't. Like, a lot of people were always wondering, because I would say like, yeah, like to some people I'll be like, yeah, I do have like a down low person here on this football team. So childish. They'd be like, who? Would never say. And we really got away with it, bro. But yeah, I remember this one time in my dorm, we fucked for so long, and because he was like magic dick, bro. Like, he did not give a fuck if he nutted. He could keep going, okay? He could keep going. And sometimes it wouldn't be like the full hard, but it was still going, and he could still fucking finish when it was not even like fully hard. And it was fucking huge. It was fucking long and fucking thick. It was fucking huge. Okay? And God, I'm just reminiscing. Goddamn. I just remember this one time, bro. The room was a fucking disaster. My picture frame shattered, broke. Fucking, I think we were drinking that time. We never really drunk together, but a few times. A few times we did. Yeah, a few times we did. And we fucking knocked alcohol all over. Fucking everything on my desk was on the floor. Everything on my dresser was on the floor. I remember he fucking, because we fucked on the fucking dresser, on the desk. He fucking picked me up, put me on the sink. We fucked on the sink. Stuff from my sink fell. Pretty sure we fucked on my roommate's bed, which is so disrespectful. I know, guys, but again, I was very young-minded at the time. Whew, that was a great time. Wow. If he were to say I would take a flight here, and you know what? I would buy a flight to go see him. But we haven't talked in years. But yeah, so that's this guy, okay? That's pretty much all this guy really plays a part in. Oh, no, not really, okay? Because, okay, so yeah, he goes up against him in the game, and my bestie ex is aware that I was fucking him. And then, who's gonna be who? Oh yeah, this one's the one that starts. These two start on the team, and they're best friends, okay? These two are best friends. This guy, he doesn't start on the team, but he's friends with everybody. Like, he's just so known on campus. So known. So social. So known. So, okay. So, these two are, like, best friends. Like, there were, like, these three of them on the football team. Him, and another guy. They were, like, the three amigos, bro. They were, like, best friends, okay? So one day, I think it was that same year, maybe in the spring, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I started talking to him because he was like fucking stalking me, guys. He was like fucking in love with me, okay? He was literally in love with me, this one. So one day I was passing this one at a party outside and we just randomly started talking. We obviously both knew who each other were, but we had just never talked. But one day when we were passing by each other after a party at this guy's house, okay, we were passing by each other and we just started flirting, talking, exchanged numbers, blah blah, and the rest is history. The rest was drama with these two, okay? And this one never really got in the drama after this, and neither really with my bestie ex, honestly. But I was fucking these two consistently, and he was aware. And he was aware that I ended up talking to these two. He knew, my bestie ex knew that I was like in a whole thing with these two, okay? So the main characters of the stories are these two, okay? So I haven't even made a dent in the fucking story, bro. So yeah, mind you, all year long, I'm seeing these two. I start seeing these two. I'll get into that. Fucking this one consistently. Driving to his school, fucking him, seeing him consistently, hoping that one day, someday, he wants to get back with me. But after I had told him that I fucked him, it was like a wrap, bro. Like, he just, yeah, he was still continuing to fuck me, but like, he was just like, no, never again. Like, we'll never be together again. So, I'm mad hot right now. Let me see how long. Dang, bro, the juicy stuff isn't even gonna fit. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. So, basically, okay, these two, I want to say it was not that first year I had transferred back, but the next year, when I really started getting, like, in the fall, I was like talking to him, kind of, and then in the spring, that's when I started talking to him, and then that summer and that whole next year is when all this fucking shit like hit the fan. So I was basically talking and seeing these two and making them both fall in love. Like, I literally was playing so many games, psychological games with these two guys. It was sickening. Like, I was seriously Diabla, bruh. I was so terrible. And they lived on the same floor, bro. Okay? And both years, no, the one year he lived on the first floor, and then the second year, when shit really popped off, they lived on the same floor. They lived on the opposite ends, but like the dorm is not that big, so like there would be one stairwell on that side, one stairwell on this side, and my room was like on this side, on the 3rd floor. So I would always like sneak in, and this guy's room was kind of like, I don't know, right on the corner, so like I could get away with going in there and this one not seen on the whole other side of the hallway. You know what I mean? Dang, I should like draw out a map or something. Should I? Okay, okay, so I'm using a random page for my planner. So okay, there's a stairwell here, rooms. So this is the floor. So there's a wall, all these rooms, room on this side, room. But there was rooms, there was like an empty wall here, right? Like a skinny area. And there was a bedroom here, a dorm room, and a dorm room here, okay? So this one his room was right next to the stairwell. And then this guy's room, so this is where his room was, right? The guy. The other guy, his room was this one. So like when I would come down from the stairwell right here, I could like turn and be right in his room. So like if he was like outside like talking to people or something, I could technically get away without him seeing. Okay, so me and him had been talking first, but then when I started passing by him, when we passed by and we exchanged numbers, we started talking heavy, and I kind of made that obvious. But I would never wanted to admit to it. I would just say that like, oh, this one, he just likes me or whatever. But like people were catching on, and like I was telling him that I loved him. Like we were telling each other that we loved each other. Mind you, I only fucked both of these two one time, and this was like a 1.5 or 2 year charade with these two, and I only fucked both of them one time, and they both were in love with me, bro. In love with me. In fucking love. Like both of them were telling me they loved me. I was telling both of them I loved them. Yada 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 yada, bro. So I don't know at what point. Okay, this one was just so fucking toxic and out of control. Like I remember this one party we went to, I had said hi. He thought that I was talking to him, and this was before me and him had exchanged numbers a couple months or weeks later. Before, bro. Which is like kind of ironic, because like all I literally did was like open the door for this guy, I think, or something, and he was like going the fuck off, calling me a whore, all types of shit, guys. And yes, I was a really insecure person back then, very super fucking young-minded and disgusting, because like I said, me and my bestie ex had a really super toxic relationship. So at this point I was just like addicted to toxic, for real, for real. So I just remember he really the fuck embarrassed me. Like he was calling me all types of shit, whore, like you're fucking nasty, like you're talking to him. This is before I ever even talked to him, which is the irony, right? So yeah, I just remember like outside of this one party house, like we were just like going at it. Everyone was fucking listening and seeing it, and it was so fucking bad. People had to come break it up. And then I was being toxic, saying like, oh, well, you were dancing with this one bitch, and this one bitch came up to me and like she was like, what's the problem? Like I heard you have a problem. I'm like, bitch, I don't have a fucking problem. I don't have a fucking problem. Even though I was mad that he was like dancing with her. But she was like, I think she was like half Latina. She was a little bit spicy, not gonna lie. She was a little bit spicy. She had a little bit of attitude, blah blah. I was like, no, there's no problem. She was like, well, he's telling me like blah blah blah. Mind you, that girl is fucking this guy. In the whole like first half of that year, she was fucking him, and everyone knew it. Like they made it known that they were fucking, but he never wifed her. Okay, so when people started finding out like weeks later, months later, that me and him started talking, she really didn't like me because he stopped fucking her, and they both of them wanted it to be known that they were talking to me. Okay, they both wanted to claim me, but I always said I don't want to be like your boyfriend, like your girlfriend. I don't want to be your girlfriend, because if I committed to the word girlfriend, then that would mean I'm committing to that person, because I've never technically cheated on someone while I was with the title girlfriend, boyfriend. Okay, for real, honest to God. So in my delusional psychotic mind, I was like, okay, I'm not cheating, I'm just telling both of them that I love them, And it was a recipe for fucking disaster, bro. It was a recipe. Like, I was so toxic. Like, me and him, we would cuddle after school and literally just, he would always give me like hickeys and shit. We would always like touch and do stuff, but like I said, both of these guys I didn't end up fucking for like a long time, and both of them only got it once. So like they fell in fucking love before they even got the gato, before they even felt down there. So yeah, what else? Dang, there's just so much memories going through my head, bro. All I know is that this one was a fucking toxic firecracker, bro. Like, me and him, everyone knew about me and him. Everyone knew about me and him. And eventually everyone knew about me and him. And everyone knew, like, that I was lying to him. And eventually I started lying to him. But he was, like, smarter and not as crazy. Like, he knew deep down that I was, like, still talking to him and, like, spending time with him. But he could not handle it. He could not handle it, bro. And eventually, I ended up telling him that I had fucked his friend before, which he really did not like. He did not like it, but he liked me so much that he was willing to, like, go past it, even though it's kind of embarrassing. Like, oh, I want to wife up someone that my best friend fucked. But he didn't know that I was continually fucking him. And he also didn't know that I was continually fucking him until one day I said that I had to, I don't know, I lied and said that I was going somewhere for the weekend or for the night. I think I said I was going to see, like, my one friend in New Jersey. But really, I was going to his house. And I was in his room, and I had a planner. And at the time, I wrote everything in my planner. And I wrote I was about to say his name. I wrote down that I was going to see him. And he saw it, and he was like, what is this fucking shit? So you're going to fucking see him, mama? And I was still lying. I was like, oh no, like, I owe him money or something like that. I made something up. Like, I just need to stop by there or whatever. He was like, man, this is some bullshit. Like, why are you fucking lying to me right now? Blah, blah. And he hated my bestie ex because he knew that me and my bestie ex, like, I told him some bad shit that me and my bestie ex had been through. So he, like, hated him, bro. He hated him. Anyway, like, I'm telling these things and I kind of don't remember the order of them because this was like 5 years ago. I don't even know. So I'm all kind of out of order here, maybe. But yeah, me and him were so fucking toxic. I remember this one party, I saw him dancing with somebody and I slapped him, guys. I slapped him. I did fucking slapped him. I was drunk as fuck. He was drunk as fuck. It was an on-campus party. Like, it was an actual on-campus party, which didn't happen often. It was like a 90s theme party. And I remember me and him, we had taken, like, pictures, like, that couples would take. Like my arms were, like, around him. We were, like, looking at each other. And, like, my leg was, like, up, like, cutesy, like, blah, blah, blah. Before the party. Oh, it was so cute. But at the party, he's so toxic. But he was toxic too, bro. He was so toxic. And yes, that's abuse. People, that is abuse. Slapping someone, that is fucking abuse. I was so fucking toxic, bro. But I was so drunk, and when I saw him dancing with someone, I could not hold in the urge. I was like, bah. And for someone that dealt with physical abuse before, I don't know why I did that, for real. So it got to that point where me and him, we got into a couple physical altercations. Not a lot, but I just remember that he twisted my wrist so hard. He, like, grabbed me, twisted my wrist so hard that there was, like, a big red and purple mark for, like, 2 weeks there. And I remember that he, like, pushed me against his room door, and I, like, fell to the ground. Like, it was so bad, guys. Those are the only times I think we got physical with each other. Yeah, those were the only times we got physical. But he was really in love with me. Like, oh my god, bro. I met his parents. I went to his brother. His brother played baseball for a college that played a college down the street from our college. And his parents were coming and blah blah. So I met his parents. Like, his parents knew about me, all this stuff. His sister hated me because he always called her and she would be like, he's playing you, she's playing you, like, fuck her. All of his friends hated me too, because even though they were on the same football team, they had kind of different friend groups. Like, everyone was connected, but they had different friend groups. All of his friends fucking hated me eventually. Like, literally fucking hated me eventually. Me and him were so toxic. Like, we were so toxic. And I remember we would just get drunk all the fucking time. He was more of a drunk than me. Like, for real. He was like a drunk. And, yeah. I don't know, at first it was like so cutesy. Like, he would skip practice. Like, maybe that's why he didn't start on the team. Because he would literally skip practice. Like, we were just so addicted to, like, being in the bed with each other. Just, like, fucking kissing, blah blah. And, like, we would never have sex. Like, we would never have sex. I would always say no. And I guess to me, it was like, I don't know. I feel like it was making them fall more in love with me. Him especially. Because it was like they were waiting for this thing for so long. Okay, so, bro, I haven't even dipped into the crazy shit. So, one time he came to my room, okay, in the middle of the night. How did he get in? I don't fucking know. Came in, mind you, I was sleeping and I was naked. I was sleeping naked. Came into the room, I was asleep, kissed me on the forehead. That woke me up. And then he walked out. I jumped out of my bed so quick to fucking follow him, because I was like, wait, I'm like half asleep. I'm like, who the fuck was that? So I like wrapped up in my comforter, and I just said his name, so I need to craft that, but honestly, it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, is that you? Like, what the fuck? But he got away. He got away, but I knew it was him. I knew it was him. That's the only fucking person that would do some psycho shit like that. Okay? I remember he took me out for Valentine's Day that year. I don't know why I just thought about that, but what else happened? I remember one night, I literally have a video on my phone still, that's why I remember. He sat outside of my door and slept in the hallway outside of my door, and I recorded him, and I was like, why? And he was like, because I want to make sure that you don't go anywhere. Like, I want to make sure that you don't leave this room. Because that's when he started being suspicious of me and him. But like, eventually me and him started falling off, and me and him started getting even more like close. And he was aware that me and him had a thing, but he just didn't give a fuck. Like, because I also just kept lying to him about like, oh, like, I don't talk to him that much anymore, but I did. I was telling both of them that I love them. They both told me first, though. Yeah. And what else? Okay, mouse. Okay, and then one time, he took my fucking phone. Okay? Took my fucking phone. This was when it was getting really bad. He took my fucking phone in the hallway, ran with it, bro, ran with it. I was so fucking pissed. Ran with it outside, bro, outside, screaming at me, saying that I'm a whore, I'm this, I'm that, nah. Mind you, everyone in the door, it's nighttime, everyone in the dorm building can hear it. Like, I saw some people literally watching it like it was a fucking show. This is like a 4-story or 3-story dorm building, and like, it was in a place where everyone's windows were like on one side of the building. Everyone's hearing it, everyone's watching it, and it was so abusive and toxic. And I remember the security guard walked by, like, I was like, please come here, like, he won't give me my fucking phone back. And he told the security guard no. He told the fucking security guard no. He straight up told the security guard no. And I was like literally trying to like fucking grab that shit out of his hand. I mean, the security guards were fucking bogus, bro. I literally took shots with the security guards before, bro. They were such bogus. Like, what is he gonna do? So he was the security guard was trying to act like he was doing something, but he wasn't doing fucking shit. So what happened? Yeah, that was a whole charade, like in front of the whole dorm building. Then this other time, bro, this other fucking time, he broke into my dorm, bro. He broke into my dorm. He wanted to see what I was doing. He wanted to see if I was in my room, because I wasn't answering him, and I was in my room. He broke the fucking lock, bro. He broke the fucking lock. I don't know how, but he broke the lock. He came into my room, and I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? And when he tried to leave, bro, when he tried to leave, he couldn't get out. My back hurts. He couldn't get out because whatever he did to the door, he broke it so that we couldn't, like, whatever he did it by accident, that we couldn't leave. We couldn't leave. We could not get the door open, bro. We couldn't get the door open. So, like, we were, like, I was, like, yelling outside to, like, the security. I'm on, like, the 3rd floor. I'm, like, yelling out the screen, waiting for, like, a security guard to pass by. I'm like, hello, like, we need your help. Like, I cannot get out of this fucking, we can't get out of my room. Like, this guy broke the fuck into my dorm. He broke the fuck into my dorm. Please help. SOS. Please help. My fucking roommates luckily weren't there that weekend, because if they were, they would have been fucking livid, yo. Because another weekend, I remember I don't know how many times he's gotten into my room without me knowing, which is weird and crazy. But one time he stole a mug, which wasn't even mine. I guess he thought it was mine, but it wasn't mine. It belonged to another roommate. And this was a whole nother time, mind you. Oh, but the security guard did come up and, like, fix it or whatever. And me and him ended up, like, we ended up being cool, because we were kind of, like, he was mad at me and shit and trying to, like, see where I was at, but, like, we were kind of forced to, like, be around each other. So, but yeah, this separate time, I come to my room a random day. Oh, I just remembered something else too. I came to my room one day. The mug was on the ground. One of my thongs was on the ground, and then a note that he wrote, like, hi Samantha, or hi Sam, please stop telling me that you love me and going into the bed with other guys, like, blah blah blah. This whole, like, note. I'm like, oh my god, you're seriously a fucking psychopath. I have a picture of it on my phone to this day. Like, when I walked up, I was like, bruh, I know exactly who fucking wrote this, like, obviously. So, yeah, but another thing is that he would always punch holes in the walls because of me. I was so toxic, guys. Like, so everyone knew when they would see holes in the wall, they knew that it was him. They knew that it was him, the psycho, okay? I love the smell of nail polish. Oh my god. They always knew it was him. It was so bad, guys. But he never got caught because there was no cameras in the hallways or anything. But everyone knew, because some people saw it. But he didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, I remember one time, he must have slammed his whole body into it. I don't know, but, like, the fucking wall was so tore up. I also have a video of it in my phone. Mind you, I have like 100,000 videos and pictures in my phone, no exaggeration. So I have stuff from 6-7 years ago still, okay? So I still have a video of me, like, I remember one day I just, like, recorded down the hallway, like, all these different holes in the wall from him. And, yeah, but, like, the repair people, they would always repair them, and then they would get fucked up again. Like, the walls would still get fucked up. He didn't care. Because he would be so mad at me, blah, blah. So, ¿qué más? Okay. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I remember this one time. Okay, this one time, this guy that I had been cool with, like, I would call him, like, my A1 day one since freshman year. And then when I transferred back, like, we were still mad cool. He wanted to fuck me. Like, he was all, you know, like, the guys that you try to call your besties, but they still try to make advances at you. They still try to want to fuck you. But never did that. He bought, like, a bunch of weed. He had, like, a huge ass bag of it. Ew, this is leaking on me. Oh my god. Guys, this one's leaking everywhere. It's all over me. No. No. God. It's terrible. Okay. Dang, it got on my fucking... Dang, this, like, got on my pillowcase, all over my hands. The fuck, yo? Any fucking way. Let me spit this gum out. So, yeah, I remember that he stole, like, this, okay, the guy that was, like, my friend, he and some other guys, they spent, like, a lot of money on this weed, right? And they came to, this guy's room. Where did I put that purple one? Oh. They came to this guy's room. I'm literally sweating in this right now. They came to this guy's room, and they had left their weed. And they had left their weed in his room, and I was in his room because I was always in his fucking room all the time. And they were like, they came over, like, play video game, like 2K or some shit. So, or Madden or something, I don't know. But they left, I guess the big bag of weed, like, fell out of their bag or something like that. So he kept their weed because he was kind of a shiesty ass motherfucker. He was a shiesty ass motherfucker. He wasn't at first, but I think after all the toxic shit from me, he kind of turned into, like, this, like, always smoking weed, always drinking, always really toxic. So he stole their fucking huge ass bag of weed. And then he was, like, the guy that was my friend, he was, like, calling him and, like, yo, like, where's the weed? Like, I need to come, like, look for it. Can I check your room? So me and him are standing there while these guys are checking the room and, like, really pissed off. Like, they spent so much money. And I felt so bad that me and him, like, literally knew that he just stole this shit. So I felt way too bad because I had been friends with him for a really long time. And again, here's my toxic shit. I decided to go tell him that he took the weed, okay? I decided to go tell him that. I was not a ride or die, bruh. But I was so toxic and I just didn't give a fuck about anything. I was always trying to stir the pot. So I remember, like, he was still denying it. And I remember him, and me, we were all in the parking garage with some of their friends, and these two almost fought. Like, they were like going at each other, and then he started like yelling at me, like cussing at me, saying all types of disrespectful shit, because I just threw him under the bus. Like, he's just like, he's probably just like, damn, like, you're supposed to be my fucking girl. But this was also like the toxic time. Like, he knew that I was like talking to this guy at the same time, so we were just so toxic, bro. And then one time, what happened? Okay, one time, okay, it got so bad to the point that like it just got so toxic, guys. It got so toxic. So really the biggest blowout, okay, there's like two more things I'm gonna mention, because really so many things are coming into my head, and this would be probably a 3-hour video. But one time, me and him, we were going to get alcohol. Because mind you, like I said, I was going back and forth to these guys' rooms. Like, sometimes I would literally go from this room to this room, to this room, to this room. Like, it was so bad. Texting the one, I love them, blah blah blah. Like, it was so bad, guys. It was really fucked up what I was doing. And they were both like, they both didn't fully believe me, but they believed me, like, to an extent. So me and him, we were leaving to go get alcohol. I was letting him drive my car. Like, whenever I'm in a car, I always like the guy to drive. I don't know why, but so we're like literally opening the doors, and he runs out of the dorm building. He's like, what the fuck? Like, he's like calling me a bitch, a whore, all this shit. Like, he was like saying, he was like yelling at him now, and he was like, man, she's supposed to be my wife, she's supposed to have my kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, she's telling me she wants to have my kids. That's like my wife, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing with her? Blah blah blah. So he's at like the top of the staircase, like, that's outside, and we're like at the parking spaces that are like right there. So all I know is like, I'm saying to him, I'm like, are you gonna fucking say something? Like, he's calling me like a whore and all this shit. I'm like, you're gonna fucking say something? And like, he starts running down the stairs, like about to run towards us. So he starts running up, and he starts swinging on him, bro. He starts swinging on him. Mind you, this is the main entrance to the building. Main entrance to the building. Like, it's giving, wow. So they started fighting. Okay, these two guys started literally fighting over me. He won. He was mad drunk, okay, but he's the one that swung first, and like continually trying to swing. But this one, he wrestled in high school. He like literally wrestled this guy to the ground pretty much, like, and he slammed his head on the concrete so hard. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck just happened, bro? What the fuck just happened? And yeah, it was so bad. Like, it was so bad, guys. And their teammates, remind you, they're teammates. So this one's like so pissed off. This one, his friend is with him, and his friend like was the one like breaking it up. And then, but he didn't have any of his friends with him, so he was like cussing like afterwards, and like in front of him and his friend. He's like, yo, I'm about to call up him. He's saying that he's about to call up him, because remember, these two are best friends. And so his friend is like, no, dog, like, don't do that, like, you don't gotta do all that, like, whatever, like, please, like, it's not about to be, like, he was not trying to have, like, friends fighting friends, and them two fighting again. Like, it was a lot going the fuck on, bro. And mind you, he's not gonna want to fucking fight. He's cool with him. Like, they're all teammates, bro. He's cool with him, and he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he doesn't give a fuck that I'm involved with both of these. He just, like, would laugh at it. We wouldn't even really talk about it. But he was like, yeah, I'm finna call him up, and, like, blah, blah. But he didn't, because tranquilo, todo bien. We calm the fuck down. So, what else? That was crazy, bro. That was like literally crazy. So I'm just gonna show like one more event, bro. I'm just telling you, like, I was always in both of their rooms, sleeping in both of their rooms all the time. Like I said, I only had sex with both of them one time, like eventually. It was decent. They were both decent. He was good at giving head. He was good at giving head. But he was still number one. Still number one. His dick was big, but it was giving mediocre. It was giving mediocre. And he nutted inside of me, and he did that shit on purpose. He did that shit on fucking purpose, bro. I was so pissed. Like, I literally was so pissed. But again, this is me in college being super toxic, being super fucking dumb. Like, why am I having unprotected sex with you? I don't remember if me and him did it unprotected. I really don't remember. It was a whole lot of bro. And I remember the icing on the cake was this one day that he somehow, because like every time I would go into his room, I would lock the front door, and then I would also lock the bedroom door. And somehow he broke into this guy's room too. Like, he's known for breaking into my fucking room, but he broke into his fucking room when me and him are in the bedroom. I'm literally sitting on his bed. Like, we weren't doing anything. I was literally just sitting on his bed. And, like, he was laying on the bed, and I was just, like, sitting on the bed. And he broke the fuck in, and then somehow broke into the bedroom door, too. Like, we heard it, like, going like this, and he was like, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, he wasn't saying anything. And then eventually he broke up. He was like, I knew it. Like, he finally caught me in the actual act of, like, being with him. He was like, I fucking knew it. You're a fucking whore. You're fucking texting me that you love me. You're fucking texting me and calling me that you love me and all this shit. This was after these two had fought. But he was more mad at, like, me. And he was, like, trying to tell him, like, get the fuck out of my room. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, but he was, like, really chill. Like, he was trying to actually, like, calm him down. It's like, bro, he, like, won the fight, the fist fight. He starts on the football team. He basically has my full attention at this point. Like, over time, he basically has more of my attention at this point. He, like, really thinks that, like, me and him are, like, a thing. Like, he, like, brings me in front of all of his friends. Like, says that I'm, like, his wifey, blah, blah. So, like, at this point, yeah, he's just, like, in love with me. He doesn't really, I don't think, fully believe that I was still, like, seeing and texting him. So as me and him were falling apart, me and him were, like, getting closer and closer. But yeah, he broke into the fucking room, bro. Broke into both of the fucking rooms. And he, on top of that, he had his phone and he was recording. And he was like, you see this shit? She's fucking with him, all this shit. So I'm like, damn, like, he's gonna fucking send that shit to fucking everyone, bro. Like, damn. Thank God we weren't doing anything. I mean, we only did stuff one time, but, like, we would always still be laid up, kissing, blah, blah. So, yeah, bro. It was crazy. It was so toxic. And then I remember I fucked this other football player, in the midst of all this. In the midst of all this, I fucked another guy on their team. And I fucked him, I want to say, like, 4 times. He's definitely up there to this day. Like, I would probably say, like, I don't know. He's up there, though. He's not an object. He'll just be this. Okay? And he was good at football. He was, like, 2 years younger than all of us. So he was like newer to the team the 1 year. But I really liked him. Like I actually had like a genuine crush on him, but he didn't like me like that. Like he knew that I was involved with these two, and I actually told him that I was messing with him. Like he knew, so he wasn't trying to wife me. But I actually like really started to like him, but I couldn't because he didn't like me. I just remember like the sex was so fucking good, bro. But he like sweated excessively. Like he had an excessive sweating problem, bro. It was so bad. Like when we would have sex, like he would literally be dripping all over me. Like it was, but for some reason it was like so sexy to me. It's so weird. I was fucking psychotic, literally psychotic, bro. This was back when I was like so toxic and mentally just out of control. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. There's so many more examples I can give you, but that's pretty much the gist of it. That was pretty much like 2 years of my college life. It was so bad. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. Shit. Damn it. I don't remember, guys. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, but okay, so after me and him like had sex. No, not him. After me and him had sex, like I want to say weeks later, he like, because we didn't do it again after that. Like I was not trying to do it again. I was still trying to make him like wait. It was kind of like my way of like controlling the situation. I don't know how to explain it, but like making them fall in love and just like teasing them kind of. So a couple weeks later, he was like, I came into his room and he was like crying. I was like, bro, what is wrong with you? And he wouldn't tell me, and he had like these papers on his bed and he had like his hands over his face. I'm like, bro, what is the issue? He was like, he has herpes. And he got herpes from this girl who always tried to play that she was a lesbian, but I come to find fucking out, I didn't find out till years later. My ex finally admitted it because him and her were cool. They both threw shot put, and she always claimed she was a fucking lesbian. Years later, he told me that she tried to get with him, but he never, my bestie ex never did, but she did try. I was like, that shit is so funny. Why do you always try to fucking, so that's why you're always hanging out with guys, because you be low-key fucking them, but you be trying to act like you a whole lesbian tomboy. Like, she would have a girlfriend. It was just like, bro, you're dating bitches, but you're fucking, like, just say you're bisexual. Stop saying that you're lesbian. Like, you're not slick. So, what was I saying? So this lesbian girl, yeah, he was like, I swear to God, this is the only person I had sex with, like, and it was weeks later, and I was so pissed, but I couldn't blame him because him and her, they had, like, kind of a thing. I didn't know this, though, because I'm thinking she was a fucking lesbian. They had, like, a one-time thing, like, years ago, and, but, like, I don't know, but then she, like, turned lesbian and all that stuff, and, damn, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah, he said that he had herpes, and I was, like, so disgusted. I was like, bro, if I will literally probably murder you if I find out that you gave me herpes. Like, I will literally murder you. I'm not playing with you. Yo no jugando contigo, pendejo, okay? Period. But he was, like, crying. I was just, like, I was just trying to be a good girl because he said that he had sex, like, after. He was like, I swear to God, like, you can go get tested, blah, blah. Like, this was after me and you had, sex or whatever. And I really believed him because I knew that he really did, like, love me. But I also knew what I was putting him through. I was not giving him sex. And I was also fucking, he knew low-key that I was still seeing him. He knew that I was still seeing him. So, like, I wasn't even mad that he, like, ended up fucking her. But I was mad that he got herpes. And I told him, like, I can never be with you. Like, I'm so sorry, but I can't be with you. How can I be with you? And if you have herpes, I know this is like a super common disease or whatever, but I could not knowingly stay with someone knowing that they're gonna give me a disease that will be with me for the rest of my life. Fuck no. I'm sorry, but no. Who wants herpes? Nobody wants herpes. And if you're bad, if you have it, I literally 2 of my friends have it. Girlfriends have it. So like, I know it's super common or whatever, but I still didn't want that shit. So that was really the downfall of us, and that happened to be like right at the end of the year, school year, that happened. So yeah. I remember I took him actually to the pharmacy. Like, I was just being there for him. Like, I really genuinely felt bad for him. And, like, I was like, I'm here for you. Like, don't worry. Like, you know, I'm not gonna be with your ass. And that's another reason he was crying. It's like, this is dead. Like, first of all, you had sex with someone else. I mean, did I have room to talk? No. It's giving toxic. But I was like, yeah, I can't. Like, I can't. And I got tested multiple times. Don't have herpes, guys. Gracias a Dios. It's crazy though, the situations that I have put myself in. It's like God has like always had like a bulletproof vest on me. Like, I don't know how. Like, I really don't know how I've gotten out of situations that a lot of other people wouldn't have got out of. Like, without, I don't know. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So yeah, that was the downfall of me and him. And yeah, I feel like there was one more thing, but I don't remember, guys. So I'm just gonna end it here. Yeah, hopefully y'all followed along with the nail polishes. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Probably the longest video ever. Hope you enjoyed. This was all over the place. Oh, back to the guy. Okay, back to this guy. I said the sex was really good. So he found out about it. His room. So then the following year, or maybe it was the year, yeah, the following year, it was the same setup on a different floor. And same setup. And he, the crazy one, he had his room in the same corner, okay? It was a different floor, but it was on the same corner. And this guy, because remember, this guy, the next year, his room was right there. This was on a different floor. And this guy, his room was right here. On this side of the wall. Like, he had this room. So I'm like, bro, like, I could not, like, get away with it. But me and him only had sex a couple times. And, yeah. But he found out, and when he found out, bro, he was being so psycho towards him. Mind you, they're all fucking teammates. It's giving love in the crew. Love in the crew. So yeah, when he felt, so me and him took a video. We recorded a sexual video. And I really liked him, and like, he was a really respectful guy. Like, he was like not, he didn't drink, he didn't go out like that. Like, he would like go home on the weekends. Like, he was just he was like very Christian, all this stuff. I kind of like, I definitely was the one that came on to him for sex, but he had a girlfriend and all this stuff. Not that that ever matters in college, right? But so he was like coming crazy at him. And he was like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, he was not used to this. So he was really pissed off because he never got into like drama and stuff like that. So he ended up sending him the video of me and him. So who knows who even saw that fucking video? I already assumed that he showed everyone. Like, I'm pretty sure he showed everyone. Pretty sure, because he's fucking psycho. And I was so pissed the fuck off at him. But he was like, bro, like, what do you expect me to do? Like, he's like coming the fuck at me, all this shit. I just wanted to shut him the fuck up. Like, yeah, I'm fucking your bitch. I'm like, okay, that makes me feel great. Like, I'm literally a fucking whore. But yeah, guys, I was literally a fucking hoe. But it was a great time. It was toxic as fuck. But I was like, just literally a psychopath. But hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much.